Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and before we get into today's game I just want to touch on the Motherwell game yesterday. It's a game that I'm glad that I never covered because it was a terrible game of football. We never played well at all. We were lucky to get a point in the grand scheme of things, but I was really pleased with the goal that we scored. It was one touch pass and move, and then Marco had it, but always in the bottom corner, but no. Lucky to get away with a point, and hopefully we can start to climb the table with some decent performances in the coming weeks. We've got those games in hand against St Mirren and Kilmarnock, and maybe we can start to squeeze into that race for third between Hibs and Aberdeen, put ourselves in the mix there, but I suppose time will tell. And it is Aberdeen, one of the teams that we're covering in today. They were away to Rangers, and Rangers really went for it. With our selection today, they went 3 up front. They went with Roofe, Kent and Morelos. And Aberdeen, they obviously had some problems with the likes of Ferguson out. They were missing Watkins, Johnny Hayes and Scott Wright as well, who's been pivotal for them this season. And Derek Mcinnes alluded to that in his pre-match interview. He said that they were missing a lot of pace, and that's something that I think you could see throughout the game. Rangers started really brightly. They had chances from Aribo, and they put Kent through as well, but the goalkeeper saved well. But you got the feeling watching it that it was only a matter of time before the breakthrough came, and it did, and it was a great strike from about 25 yards for Ryan Kent. It takes a wicked deflection, mind you, but it goes in the bottom corner. Still, I think, fantastic strike, and Kent's been one of the shining lights in the league this season, and he continued that form with a goal today. But after that, Aberdeen did have a couple of chances. They got in behind a couple of times. There was one where Cosgrove got in behind, but he was given offside, and then I remember Hedges got in behind it. There was nobody up there with him, and then Cosgrove brought Alan McGregor into a save as well, the first real save that he had to make in the first half. But at 1-0 I still felt if Aberdeen can get a goal here, we've got a real game in our hands, but it wasn't to materialise. Kemar Roofe was slipped through, and he's finished it first time beautifully underneath, beyond the goalkeeper. Now on the stream there was some talk about whether Joe Lewis should save it. I think it takes a wee nick again, a wee deflection, and that's what does him out of saving it. But still, credit to Roofe, you've still got to take the strike, and then still got to put it away. And at that point really, it's game over, isn't it? Rangers with a chance today to go 11 points clear of Celtic, although Celtic had the 2 games in hand, and they certainly went out to do the business today, and that continued in the second half. Scott Arfield had a shot, and that was deflected in as well, and then a corner comes in, and I think it was Tommy Hoban. He just wouldn't let go. I think it was Connor Goldson, and Rangers get their usual penalty that they seem to be getting every week, and Tavernier steps up and puts it away. I keep making wee jokes about these Rangers penalties. I have to say that the majority of the penalties they've got this season have been penalties. They just seem to have a lot of them. I think Tavernier scored 13 goals this season, and 9 of them have been for the spot, and that was including the one today, which he stepped up and sent Joe Lewis the wrong way. And then after that, Rangers are just really toying, like a lion toying with their play. They could have got 5 or 6 if they wanted, but they just decided to pass the ball about, keep possession, and see the game out and go away with a 4-0 victory. But on reflection, I'm starting to think now, can Rangers go the season unbeaten? Because you look at how well they've played. I believe that's 15 games into the season. They've won 13 and drawn 2 so far. And I don't see anybody getting points off them. Celtic are in disarray. I don't know if Celtic fans will actually be disappointed the fact that they got the equaliser yesterday, because that might just keep Neil Lennon in a job. For me, they've got to get rid of him and bring in somebody like Eddie Howe. I know people sit there and say that Eddie Howe's not won nothing. But I think it's at the point where Celtic need to take a gamble now. They need to bring in somebody that would have that effect that Brendan Rodgers had when he came into the club. Change it, give the squad a boost, because there's no doubt that Celtic have got the players there to push Rangers, although I think they might have left it too late. But yeah, for me they need to take the gamble, because if they don't, Rangers are just going to absolutely run away with us. I mean, their defensive record speaks for itself. I don't even think they've conceded a goal at home in the league this year. I might be wrong in saying that. I'm sure somebody will let me know in the comments, but they just don't look like conceding to anyone, and it's not as if they've made any changes defensively. I mean, it's still basically the same back four they've got. Alright, they've brought in Balogun for Brighton, but it's just, I don't know if it's a case of Gerrard changing things tactically. It doesn't look like they've changed too much. I noticed today that Morelos is doing what Harry Kane does for Tottenham and coming short and allowing Kent and Roofe to kind of get in behind in the midfielders to make run beyond them. So maybe he's sacrificing goals for himself going forward to benefit the rest of the team, because they do certainly seem to be chipping in with more goals around the place, but defensively they don't look like conceding, as I keep saying. But whereas last season they were in disarray a bit at the back, especially for set pieces. I remember you always felt like you could get at Rangers, but changes need to be made on the other side of the city, otherwise I'm calling it. Rangers, for me, will go the season unbeaten, I think, unless there's a bit of pressure put on them, and that's, as I say, only going to come with change at Celtic Park. But you can let me know what you think in the comments. And as for Aberdeen, they were 6 games unbeaten in the last 6 games. They'd won 4 and drawn 2 going into this, so they'll be hoping that they can just see that game as a one-off, because they did have loads of injury problems, as I said today, and any game against the Old Firm is a bonus, so they'll be hoping to pick up in their next match. I don't know who it's against, I'm sure somebody will tell me, but no, they'll be hoping to get back on track. And I'm sure that they can. They've certainly got a squad for me that should be finishing third, and I think they've got players in the team who know what it takes to finish in that position, where the Tabs maybe don't have the players that have been there pushing for third place to maybe see it through. For me, yesterday could be a turning point, because that's a game when they were 2-0 up against Celtic that they should have walked away with. So maybe Aberdeen will actually kick on now once they get Ferguson back and the likes of Watkins and Hayes. So that's certainly an interesting battle that I'll keep an eye on throughout the rest of the season. But no guys, that's my weekend recap that turned into there. But no, that was my review of Rangers v Aberdeen this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm a Motherwell supporter, I should be doing Motherwell vlogs, but I'm trying to grow the channel as much as I can. I mean, we're up to 321 subscribers already, which is brilliant, because I've been doing this for about 2 months now, so to be getting towards 500 already is quite astonishing for me, to be honest. But no, something I'm really pleased with. But as I say, there will be more coming after Christmas. I'm getting new equipment. I'm going to have hopefully a flashier looking setup, so and I'll be able to bring, hopefully as this pandemic eases, more content to you as well, and better videos. So stick with me guys, but we will get there. But thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and keep doing so. I'll see you later.